Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your man, the Grass Ninja. Welcome back to the channel. We have been gone for a minute, yo. So, here's the deal. You've seen the thumbnail. We're doing the Chapter 10 breakdown. And if you have been a subscriber for long enough, you might have noticed I was gone for like a whole month, a little bit longer. So, we actually missed the last chapter's breakdown as well. There was no in-between content. Not bad. Here's what we're gonna do for this video. Quick summary, real fast, little snippet pieces of where we left off last chapter, what was important in this chapter, and hopefully we can tie this whole thing up in like less than 10 minutes. So, when it came to the last chapter and where we are now, we got baby Kurama, alright? So the Nine Tails is back and Himawari has the Nine Tails inside of her. I'm not sure how it's anchored to her. There's no sealing jutsu or anything of that nature. The Nine Tails just resides within Himawari. This is where he was reborn. A lot of people are like, how is the Nine Tails back? I don't know. Now, the other thing, Boruto's karma activated in the last chapter. Resonance has been confirmed. It's re-established, okay? So I know there were some people being like, nah, Kawaki's only 80-something%. The karmas don't resonate. His karma's fake. Amado recreated it or whatever. If their karmas still resonate, all the rules around resonance still apply, which means the fact that they can feed off of each other's karmic extraction should still apply. If Boruto's thing was extracted to 100%, Kawaki is also 100%. So resonance was reestablished last chapter. Boruto was forced to flee because Kawaki activated the karma, and it's too devastating to think about what Momoshiki could do in time skip Boruto's body, okay? And then one of the last things is that Jorah is obviously on the attack and he can launch Biju bombs from his eyes. So I'm not sure if the other Shinju claw grimes can actually launch Biju bombs, since Hidari seems to just be focused on Chidori. But the fact that this dude can just blink and launch Biju bombs is pretty devastating. We're gonna have to see what Himawari handles, or how Himawari handles this threat. And that basically kicks us right into chapter 10, where we get the cover page of Himawari and Kurama. They're basically sharing the cover page, and we had something very similar in the previous chapter where Ino Shikacho, Gen Z Ino Shikacho basically featured on the cover, and that's where we're at now. I think we're going to be getting a few group cover pages where it's like, yeah, Himawari and Kurama. Maybe next time we'll get like, I don't know, another paired group like Sarada and Hidari, some shit like that, who knows. But Kawaki shows that he is concerned for Himawari's well-being after, Shikamaru puts the alert out there that, hey, the 10-tailed creatures are definitely after Himawari. She's in danger. And Kawaki's like, bro, if that's happening, you're supposed to tell me what the hell's going on here. Even though he told Boruto last chapter. And then Boruto's actually sidelined for this entirety of chapter because he's waiting for the karma to subside, alright? Last chapter we saw he had the whole karma spread all the way up his arm, almost took over his eye. He almost had a full karmic transformation, or at least for phase 1 of the karma, with the rings on the finger and everything. Now he's basically controlled it to a point where he just has the little minor tattoos on his palm. So he should be in action towards the end of the next chapter, maybe towards the beginning of the one after that. But Boruto is sidelined for now, because he has to let the karma calm down. And if Kawaki's on his way to the battlefield, I don't think Boruto can actually do anything in this point. So it's really nice to see that this overpowered version of Boruto has limitations. And it's not, oh, I ran out of chakra. It's, I don't want to be that strong right now. So pretty freaking cool. Jorah leaves Hidari with Konohamaru, and Sarada arrives on the scene. Konohamaru's kind of just whatever. He's just like, oh no! And, he can't do anything. Sarada finesses. So we get a little Hidari versus Sarada. And it's kind of funny because it's really short. But, Sarada's OP, right? She basically dropped one of these Shinjus with a single jutsu. She's able to react to not only the claw grime teleportation, but this 10-tailed enhanced version of the Chidori. It actually makes me question how strong the other variants of the Shinju are, since the sensory unit confirms that this Shinju is using Sasuke's chakra. Like, it is 100% identified as Sasuke. So it's not a 10-tails chakra plus Sasuke's chakra. This 10-tails entity is using Sasuke's chakra, using his jutsu. Even Sarada says that that's the exact same Chidori as my dad, what's going on here. No Mangekyo Sharingan yet, probably saving that for next chapter. You know, Himawari did pop off at the end here, so we're going to get some of that towards the next chapter. But yeah, round 1 goes to Sarada. She did successfully drop Hidari with the jutsu. Pretty awesome. Now we kick back into the whole Himawari and Kurama situation, where Kurama introduces himself to Himawari and he explains how he returned. So Kurama basically assumes that Himawari probably had a trace amount of his chakra due to her being conceived by Naruto. Who knows how freaky this man is. There's also the whole Hyuga Uzumaki bloodline could have drawn him into her, or it could have just been fate, which is, you know, a clever way of saying Kishimoto wanted me back. But at the end of the day, it's probably more than likely that Himawari did probably, you know, get some trace amount of Nine-Tails chakra since she inherited the whiskers, something like that. That's probably the direction they're going to go with the story. Now, Himawari has more chakra than any of the other Nine-Tail hosts. So any of the other Jinchuriki, all the past predecessors of the Nine-Tails Jinchurikis, were all super strong and super notable, super noble, right? We had Mito, Uzumaki, wife of Hashirama, we had Kushina, right? Minato, Naruto, all these people, and he's saying you have more chakra than anybody else, including Naruto, and you have a stronger affinity for my chakra than any of those people, right? Now, this is basically set up for how it makes sense that Himawari, with her new Nine-Tails transformation, is going to be able to fight Jura, right? Because either she's going to be, you know, pushed to the limit and then Kawaki arrives, or Kawaki's going to be like, what the heck is going on? Maybe I don't need to do anything because she's going on a rampage. Now, the reason she's going on a rampage is because Inojin gets bodied, bro. I'm trying to tell you, he's treated like Hinata in the Pain arc. Just done. So yeah, Jura uses wood release, basically has a spiked tree shoot right out of the ground, and Inojin's done. I'm sorry, he's done. You know, he's done. And this triggers Himawari's transformation. Now, this is dope because Himawari accesses the power of the Nine-Tails, and she looks almost spot on like Kushina in the Minato one-shot, except it's a little different, right? The whiskers are actually solid black as opposed to being frayed and scribbled in, which almost looks like how Baryon mode's markings did. They became solid and black. And with all these statements from Kurama saying, hey, you have more chakra than any of the predecessors, and you actually are more aligned with my chakra than anybody else before you, there's no chakra cloak. She just breaks out of the tree. Who knows? If she's supposed to go up against Jura and actually be someone who can hold her own in regards to that sort of a fight, we might actually see that, yo, she's using some new form of Nine-Tails chakra. And if we're not mistaken, you know, Baryon mode did have the Nine-Tails transform his chakra into a new form of energy, and then that new energy, which is still technically chakra, recoalesced in Himawari. So we might even have a stronger version of the Nine-Tails. Who knows? I wouldn't say so. You know, he is still in his, you know, adolescence. He's a baby Kurama. I'm not sure if he's as strong as he was, but this is still technically the full Nine-Tails, something Naruto did not have access to when he was a little boy. So Himawari might be a savage right now, you know? Her hair spiked out in 9 different directions. She might be using a full Nine-Tails cloak. Who knows, man? We don't see any chakra cloak right now. Maybe next chapter, you know, she really lets loose, because the Nine-Tails straight up says, I wonder what it's going to be like to go wild with you, you know? So who knows, man? Himawari, we already saw she one-shot the Nine-Tails and Hokage Naruto as like a 3 or 4 year old. So she's no she's no slouch, you know. You don't want to mess with her. Give her all that potential plus a Nine-Tails transformation. Who knows? It might calculate to Jura getting his ass beat. I'm just saying. Now, I know I've been gone for a minute. This isn't my in-depth breakdown where we go through every little piece of dialogue. I don't have enough time to do all that, especially if I want to keep the content train rolling. So next week, in the next 9-ish days or so, there should be another upload. It just takes time. You know, I gotta work, I gotta do all this stuff. You guys don't need to worry about that. What you need to worry about is The official breakdown of chapter 10 is done and in the books, and the Grass Ninja is not going anywhere. I'm going to try to make a transition to more shorts content, maybe do something like that. Who knows, though? It's all experimental. Anyway, I've been your man's the Grass Ninja. Have a nice day. Peace.